Have you ever walked into someone's home, maybe a neighbor's, a friend's, or even one of your children's, and thought to yourself, wow, this place just feels good? You might not be able to put your finger on it exactly. The floor isn't gleaming like a showroom, and the furniture might be older than yours, but still, there's something about the air, the peace, the softness of it all. It feels clean, not just tidy, not just picked up, but truly clean and calm. And then maybe you return to your own home, and while it's not messy by any means, it just doesn't have that same feeling. You've vacuumed, wiped the counters, maybe even lit a candle, but something still feels off. You're not alone. Most of us, especially as we get older, want our home to be a haven, a place that restores us. But we don't always know how to get it there. The truth is, it's rarely about how hard we scrub or how expensive our cleaning supplies are. It's about quiet habits, small, intentional things that don't require a lot of effort but add up to something beautiful. And the good news? These are things anyone can do. Even if your knees aren't what they used to be, even if you live alone, even if you don't have the energy to deep clean every week. Today I want to share with you 8 simple habits that can help your home feel not only cleaner, but also more peaceful and more welcoming. For guests, yes, but especially for you. These aren't chores. They're gifts you give yourself. Little touches that turn a house into a home you're proud of and feel relaxed in. Let's start with something we often walk right past without a second thought. The front door. Think about the last time you really looked at yours. Not just the idea of it, but the real physical door. Is it clean? Or is it carrying the quiet little fingerprints of time? Some scuffs near the bottom from shoes, maybe a smudge near the handle, or even a cobweb tucked in a corner? We stop noticing these things when we see them every day. That's human. But here's the thing. That door is the handshake of your home. It's the first thing someone sees. And just as important, it's the first thing you see when you come back with groceries or step out to get the mail. A dirty door can quietly tell your mind, this place isn't fresh. But a clean one? It sets the tone. And it only takes a few minutes. Once a week, take a soft cloth, a little warm soapy water, maybe even a splash of vinegar, and wipe it down. Focus on the handle, the edges, the threshold where dust loves to gather. And don't stop there. Think about the other doors in your life. The fridge, the dishwasher, the cabinet under the sink, the handle of your microwave. These are the places your hands touch daily. You might not notice a smudge on the fridge handle, but your brain does. When those surfaces are clean, the whole kitchen feels better, even if you didn't mop the floor. It's a small shift that makes a big difference. Now let's talk about something you might not think of as a cleaning habit at all: air. You see, the way your home smells is just as powerful as the way it looks. But it's easy to get used to the scent of your own space. We stop noticing when the living room smells a bit like last night's dinner or when the bathroom carries a bit of musty air. But our guests notice, and more importantly, we notice, subconsciously. That stale smell can weigh down the whole house, even if everything looks spotless. I once had 2 neighbors, let's call them Alice and Betty. Both widowed, both in their 70s, both sweet as can be. They lived just a few houses apart, but walking into their homes was like stepping into 2 different worlds. Alice's home always felt like a breath of springtime. Light, airy, fresh. Betty's? Not dirty at all, but it always had this lingering smell, kind of like stew and old toast. Not bad, just heavy. The difference? One habit. Every week, rain or shine, Alice opened every window in her home for 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. Even in winter. "I'm not opening the house," she told me once, smiling. "I'm releasing it." That stuck with me. And she's right. Curtains, rugs, cushions, blankets, they hold on to smells like sponges. All that cooking, the dog, the bathroom, the laundry, it settles in. But fresh air is free, and it works better than any spray or candle. So try it. Once a week, just open everything up, let the old air go, turn on a fan if you need to, and breathe. You'll be amazed how different your home feels after that. There's something powerful about that lightness, the sense that your home isn't holding on to things it doesn't need. And speaking of holding on, let me ask you this. Do you have one drawer in your house that drives you crazy? You know the one I mean. It might be in the kitchen or the hallway or the living room. You open it, and there's a mess of receipts, broken pens, rubber bands, who knows what. So you close it right away and think, not today. But here's the thing. That one drawer? It weighs more on your mind than you think. Because clutter, even hidden clutter, tells your brain that things are out of control. And once we let one drawer go, it becomes easier to let the hallway closet go, and then the whole storage room. But we can flip that around. You don't have to tackle the whole house. Just reset one drawer a week, that's it. Pick one. Dump it out, toss what you don't need, wipe the bottom, group the useful things, put it back. No pressure to make it look like a magazine. Just clean enough to feel clear again. It sounds so simple, but the effect is real. You'll feel like you're taking your space back, bit by bit. And that feeling spreads. That's the beauty of these little habits. You don't have to overhaul everything to make a big change. Just take one corner and give it a little care. And the most beautiful part? You don't need to do it for anyone else. You deserve a home that feels peaceful. A home that greets you with warmth and says, "You're doing just fine." You've spent a lifetime caring for others, family, friends, neighbors, maybe even strangers. These small habits, they're a way to care for yourself. Let's take a moment to let that settle in. You're not just cleaning. You're tending to your space the way you might tend a garden or a pet or even a memory. With love, with patience, and without rush. Because this isn't about perfection. It's about peace. And it's never too late to invite a little more of that into your everyday life. Now, take a breath. Maybe you're already thinking about wiping that front door, or maybe there's a drawer you've been meaning to reclaim. Whichever one it is, you're already on your way. Let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into your kitchen, glanced around, and felt like something was just off? The counters are wiped down, the dishes are done, the floor is swept, but the room doesn't quite give you that calm, fresh feeling you were hoping for. It's like the air is holding on to something you can't see, but can somehow still feel. You're not imagining it. There are these quiet little corners and edges, what I call the almost invisible spots, that can shift the entire feel of a room. They're not filthy. You won't trip over them. But they carry just enough dust, stickiness, or smudges to weigh the whole space down. And the tricky part is, we don't even notice them until we slow down and really look. One afternoon, a friend of mine named Frank, he's 78 and still sharp as a tack, called me after trying something simple I had suggested. He told me, "I didn't clean the whole kitchen. I just wiped down the fridge handle, the top of the trash can lid, and the edge of the microwave. And the next morning, it felt like I was in one of those hotel suites again." He laughed when he said it, but there was pride in his voice. The good kind. That's what I like to call the 5-minute shine. It doesn't mean scrubbing the whole room top to bottom. It just means taking 5 minutes once a week to walk through the high-touch areas with a damp cloth. Start with your hands. Think about what you touch every day without noticing. The fridge handle, the cabinet knobs under the sink, the microwave buttons, the switch by the pantry, the edge of the dishwasher. Just wipe, no pressure. There's something about those little gestures of care that change the way we feel in a room. The eye notices shine and contrast. So when a surface is dull or smudged, your mind reads it as messy, even if everything else is in order. But when you bring back that soft gleam, that smooth, clean touch, it's like the room exhales. And so do you. Now let's talk about something we usually don't see, or rather, something we stop seeing after a while. What does your home smell like? Not in a bad way. Most homes don't stink. But every home has a scent. Yours does. Mine does. We get used to it because we live in it every day. But a guest will notice it the moment they step inside. What's interesting is that it's not the air itself that holds the scent. It's the soft things. the couch cushions, the throw blankets, the curtains, the carpet, even the arms of your favorite recliner. All of these are like quiet little sponges soaking up whatever floats through the house: food, pets, feet, musty air, that time you accidentally burned toast 2 weeks ago. Over time, all those smells mix together and settle in. And here's the catch: not even the fanciest air freshener can fix what's buried in fabric. But that doesn't mean you have to do a full spring cleaning every week. In fact, you don't even need to wash everything. What you need is a gentle habit I like to call the soft sweep. Once a week, walk through your home with one goal: give your fabrics a little attention. Take a pillow off the couch, give it a good shake out the window or outside the front door. Toss a small throw blanket over the railing to air out in the sunshine for 30 minutes. Spray your sofa lightly with a fabric-safe deodorizer, unscented if you prefer. Vacuum cloth furniture using the soft brush attachment. If you've got the energy, pick one item: a pillow cover, a bath mat, even the curtain from one window, and give it a wash. Not everything, just one. And what you'll find is that your home starts to breathe better. The air feels lighter. You feel lighter. And when a friend comes over, they'll probably say something like, "Gosh, your place always smells so nice," even if you haven't cooked or lit a candle. I remember a couple I met in Florida, Tom and Linda. They had 4 cats and a lovely little home by the bay. It was always neat and well kept, but there was a faint, persistent odor they just couldn't get rid of. They tried everything: candles, plug-ins, baking soda. Nothing lasted until they started the soft sweep. Every week they aired out a few things, washed one blanket, vacuumed the couch, and within a month, that mystery smell, gone. Little effort, big impact. That's the beauty of these habits. Now let me ask you something that might sound a little odd. When was the last time you cleaned your cleaning tools? I know it seems like a silly question, but it's one of those things that makes a surprising difference. Think about it. Your vacuum is full of dust and hair and whatever it's picked up from the floor. The mop head you use in the kitchen? It's probably carrying some of the mess it was meant to clean. The sponge on your sink might look okay, but after 2 weeks of use, it's holding on to more bacteria than you'd think. Even your washing machine, the very thing that's supposed to clean your clothes, can build up grime and mildew if the filter's clogged or the seal hasn't been wiped. Homes that feel clean, truly fresh and cared for, often have one thing in common. The tools they use to clean are clean themselves. Once a month, take 20 minutes to give them a little reset. Empty and rinse out the vacuum. Wipe down the base and clean the filter. Toss that kitchen sponge or microwave it damp for a minute to kill bacteria. Wash or soak your mop head in hot water. Run a vinegar rinse cycle in your washing machine. Check the dishwasher filter. It's easy to miss, but it collects all kinds of debris. And yes, clean your toilet brush holder too. I know, it's not glamorous, but that's exactly why it gets forgotten, and exactly why it matters. When your tools are fresh, your cleaning takes less time, smells better, and leaves a bigger impact. This kind of care may seem small, but it's like sharpening your pencil before you write. The results speak for themselves. There's a sense of pride that comes from tending to your space, not in a perfectionist way, but in a loving, intentional way. And there's no rush. You don't need to do it all at once. These are habits meant to support you, not exhaust you. One habit at a time. One drawer, one window, one cloth. Your home holds your memories. It holds your laughter, your quiet evenings, your mornings with coffee, and your favorite chair. It deserves to be a place that lifts you up, not wears you down. And the best part? You're the one who gets to decide what that feels like. You're in charge. Whether you live alone or with someone, whether your house is big or small, you still have the power to shape it into something warm, calm, and welcoming. Sometimes we think making a house feel beautiful means buying something new or doing a full renovation. But more often, it's these gentle habits, these quiet touches, that create something truly special. So, as you go about your week, maybe take 5 minutes to shine up that fridge handle. Crack open the windows for a breeze, shake a cushion outside. It doesn't take much. Just a little care, a little presence. That's all it takes to feel the shift. Let's take a moment now and imagine something. It's tomorrow morning. You just found out a special guest is coming by. Not someone to impress, but someone who matters to you. Maybe an old friend, a cousin you haven't seen in years, or even your grandchild and their partner dropping in for coffee. You've got a few hours, and suddenly, your home comes into focus in a whole new way. You notice things. That little stack of mail on the kitchen table, the pillow on the couch that's slouched too far to one side, the bathroom towel that's been hanging just a bit too long, the scent you've gone nose blind to after weeks of the same routine. This shift, this fresh perspective, is what I call the guest illusion. It's the habit of seeing your home with fresh eyes, just as a kind visitor might. It's not about being ashamed or critical. It's not about cleaning like a maniac or scrubbing baseboards until your knees hurt. It's about noticing again. About waking up your senses to the space you live in every day. When we live in a place long enough, we stop seeing it. We walk past the same things, day after day, and eventually, they blend into the background. A pile that used to bug us becomes invisible. A smell that once made us wrinkle our nose just becomes how the house smells. But when we invite ourselves to imagine a guest arriving, a guest we care about, it brings back that awareness. That's where the beauty lies. You might find yourself fluffing a pillow, giving the mirror a quick wipe, or folding that throw blanket just a little neater. Not because you have to, because it feels good. Because it reminds you that this space is still alive, still welcoming, still worth tending to. I once spoke to a woman named Eleanor. She's 84 and a retired school teacher with the kindest heart. Every Friday morning, she pretends her granddaughter and her fiancé are coming by at noon. Even though they live 3 states away, she told me, smiling. I straighten the cushions, wipe the bathroom counter, and set out 2 glasses. I feel ready. For life. For joy. That's the power of imagination. Of caring for your home like someone special is about to walk through the door, even if that someone is you. Because you are the special guest in your own life. You deserve a space that feels fresh, noticed, and loved. And speaking of places that deserve a little love, let's head to the one room we often want to clean fast and get out of, the bathroom. Let's be honest, no matter how much we wipe the sink or scrub the toilet bowl, sometimes it still doesn't smell clean. Maybe it's subtle, just a faint sourness or dampness in the air. You light a candle, you spray a freshener, but the scent lingers. And that's because there's a hidden zone that many people don't know about, or simply don't talk about. I call it the splash zone. It's not a fancy cleaning term, just something I learned over the years. And once you know it, you'll never unsee it. Here's what happens. Every time someone uses the toilet, especially men, especially standing, tiny droplets can escape. Some bounce off the rim, some rise up during the flush, some land on the floor, the wall, the trash bin, or the side of the vanity. They're invisible to the eye, but not to the nose. And over time, these tiny splashes build up into that smell you just can't place. The good news? You don't need gloves, bleach, or a hazmat suit to fix it. Once a week, or even just twice a month, take a soft cloth, some warm water with a splash of vinegar, and gently wipe down the area around the toilet. Go about 2 feet in every direction from the base. Get the floor, the wall behind and beside, the bolts at the bottom, and the outside of the bowl. Don't forget the underside of the toilet seat and the hinges where smells love to hide. And yes, give the flush handle a swipe while you're there. It takes less than 3 minutes. No scrubbing, no bending for long stretches. But the effect is dramatic. That clean, fresh bathroom air you've been chasing with candles, you'll find it right there, in the places no one talks about but everyone smells. Jack, a retired Army vet I met once, told me he used to light a candle every morning in his bathroom, thinking that would fix the lingering odor. But once he started wiping the wall behind the toilet and the trash bin beside it, the smell vanished. I felt like I cracked a secret code, he said with a grin. That's the beauty of these habits. They're not about overworking yourself or chasing perfection. They're about noticing. They're about restoring dignity and comfort to the place you spend your days. Because your home, no matter the size, the age, or how many people live in it, can always be a source of peace. You don't need to scrub every corner. You don't need to rearrange furniture or buy new curtains. All it takes is 5 or 10 minutes a day to tend to the spaces that matter. A wiped handle, an opened window, a fluffed cushion, a drawer reset, a bathroom wall cleaned with care. These aren't chores, they're small acts of love. For your home, yes, but more importantly, for yourself. Because as we grow older, some things naturally shift. Maybe we can't move furniture like we used to. Maybe climbing up to clean the top shelves is a little too risky. And that's okay. You've done more than enough heavy lifting in your life. You've earned the right to rest. But that doesn't mean you lose the ability to shape your surroundings. You still have the power to make your home feel beautiful. You still have the power to make it feel fresh and inviting. Not for anyone else's approval, but for the simple joy of walking through your own front door and feeling that quiet little settle over you. Start with one habit, just one. Maybe today it's wiping that front door. Maybe tomorrow it's tossing a throw blanket into the wash or opening every window for 10 minutes. You don't have to do everything, but with each small step, something begins to shift. Not just in your home, but in you. The air feels lighter. The space feels calmer. And your day, even just a regular Tuesday, feels more grounded, more intentional, more yours. That's what we're after. A home that holds you gently, a space that reflects your warmth, your wisdom, and your quiet pride. So if you've made it this far, thank you for spending this time with me. I hope these habits bring you as much peace and comfort as they've brought to so many others. I hope you feel empowered to care for your space in ways that honor your pace, your energy, and your spirit. And if this video has inspired you even just a little, would you take a moment to give it a thumbs up? It helps others discover strong elderly life. And if you'd like more practical, gentle tips like these, I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel and join this growing community of people choosing to live well at every stage of life. Most of all, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these habits feels doable to you right now? Do you already do one or two? Have you discovered your own tricks to keep your home feeling fresh and joyful? Share them. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Here's to you. Here's to your home. And here's to living your best life at any age. Take care. And until next time, let your home take care of you.